What's going on, guys? So today what we're doing is looking at what today brought us. I know it's been a crazy market day for a lot of people, especially with ES and NQ. Gold, don't even talk about gold. Gold was amazing this morning. For those who didn't know how to trade it, you felt it. You really did. And you were probably the victim of a lot of bullshit. So let's check out gold on the day to see what's going on here. My name is Ramon, and the reason why I started this is because there's a lot of bad traders out there. To be honest with you, it's a terrible environment right now, and you know, we just gotta do better, especially as a community. Pertaining to gold, let's take a look at the 15. So on gold today, there was a lot of rejection off of daily support here in blue, and I was watching a couple streams earlier, and you know, they got it wrong. I saw a lot of people enter like right around here, around the 7 o'clock hour, and it was a huge rejection zone, like massive. So if you were a victim of gold and you got in right here at the daily support, you probably got chopped to death and got stopped out super duper quick. If you don't believe me, just go and watch any stream that someone took a gold short around 6:45, 7, and it was a freaking massacre. So we can look at that setup. Even if you did a 1-to-1 here, you got chopped to death, and that's not good for anyone's account, right? So I mean, the thing about trading is that it's all about patience and understanding your levels. You're not gonna be the best trader on the planet if you don't understand, one, where your levels are, where your support and resistance levels are, and you're gonna be shitting bricks every time you even get into a trade. So on gold here, you know, if you were following a stream this morning and you know you were prompted by your trusted YouTube advisor to take an entry here, it was not a good time for you. I did make money on gold. I'm actually taking a Top Step funded account challenge to promote the channel, and I can even show it right here. I'm up $800 on the day, so not a bad day for a choppy market, especially when the Fed's coming in to talk in about a couple minutes. Going into the 1 o'clock hour. My apologies, in a couple hours or so. I'm not going to be trading around that time because it's not a good time to be a trader when they're talking. Too many swings, nothing you really want to trade. In terms of a position here for gold's bottoming out, so you definitely don't want to be in positions here. You want to leave that alone and just wait for something better. It's at right here, weekly support. So the most it's going to do is chop around here. You see the path of least resistance is still to the downside, but if you didn't enter up here or even the break of the daily support, I mean, it's time to call it a day for you, because once FOMC starts, you don't know where this is going to go, and you don't want to be predicting or gambling your account away, especially if you're in a challenge. The last thing you want to do is pay another entry fee or a fee on FTMO or whatever platform that or funded account you're trying to get to make some money. All right, so there's gold on the day. I mean, what could you possibly do here if you had to gamble? And if you're at fault for all those gamblers watching, you would probably want to drop down to the 2-minute, because I mean it wouldn't make any sense trying to capture any value on the longer term, seeing how you're going to be in a trade, and then once FOMC starts, most likely you'll be stopped out, and then it's going to be a bad day. It's a lot of cigarettes. So I mean, here see this wick test, you know, it got rejected right here. So if you're really desperate and you're saying, hey, I need a trade on the day, What you really want to do is wait for the break in structure on the 2-minute. So it's almost there. I would wait for a break going into 1833, and then kind of set your traps there. Let's take a drawing tool, so to speak. So there, if we got like a little test right here, then we come back down, and we get that nice little break and retest. Then you could pull out your for those of you using TradeView, then you could pull out a little trade here before the FOMC event. And for those of you who haven't watched the beginning of the channel, the intro, this is not financial advice. This is just an opinion. Please don't take this as financial advice, because it's not. What you would want to do here, if you were so inclined to do so, is boom, you'd want to set it right below the lows here. You're going to be taking a little bit of risk, so you would want to set your stops right below this low. For the most part, your TP would probably be right up here around 1836, and you'd want to sit on your hands because it's going to be a rough and bumpy ride. I wouldn't personally take this because the deal's kind of done with gold. It's had a huge drop, so that was really the bread and butter for this particular move. Right now it's just consolidating. Basically this is like robot trading. Most of the institutions have already took their positions, and we could see they drove gold down, bought that gold right around here, and now it's just chopping along until the FOMC event starts. So you're pretty much screwed on the day if you're looking for a decent trade on gold right now. Post FOMC event, you're gonna have to wait till like 2:30, 3 o'clock, like going into the close, until shit starts to pick back up, and then kind of find a nice directional trade on the longer term. Probably most likely the 5, the minimum. I wouldn't go any lower unless you're like a super scalper and with ninja skills, and that never works out in the long term. So I wouldn't advise doing that unless you're really good at scalping. So yeah, that's gold on the day. Let's go back to the 15. So we see we got a nice little double bottom happening here, looking to break that low. We go lower to test daily support. That actually could be a nice little trade here. Got some negative volatility coming in to help gold drive lower, but that's super high risk right now, and unless you're like high in profit for the day, I wouldn't even risk 1 to 2% of that to capture this little bit of value left, and it's highly unlikely that you're going to get a nice fill and continuation to go lower, especially if it's so extended here. Alright, so let's go back to the trading challenge. So trading challenge I'm taking to kind of promote this channel is on the future side, although the channel's name is Forex Dynasty. What we're going to do is show people that you can use small entry fee challenges to kind of build a long-term wealth for yourself. And the trade that I caught on the day, as you can see here, we got the profit. It is a live account. It's not some paper trading account. And those who know the Top Step funding challenges, you know that if you can take the 50,000 or the 100,000. No, I'm not a promoter of any kind for Top Step. They just have a really small fee associated with their entry fee. And don't mind me here, I'm just finishing up some lower support levels down here. So we see the market was kind of choppy today on the 15. I actually had to drop down to the 5 to catch anything decent. I had a nice little turn right here, and I caught this little move to test the monthly support, which was 100% going to be well, not 100%, but for me it was a higher probability of finding an entry and capture some value here. So what we want to do is look for lower support going into the trade. Boom, we caught that, and now it was the reversal break back above. Now it's retesting, and post Powell, what they're probably looking for is to see what kind of hawkish or dovish statements are going to be made. The trade group that I'm in is actually predicting a more of a hawkish statement. So, we could see price, bounce up above, test daily support and move higher. But, we're not in the game of predicting. We're in the game of reacting to price to see what happens. There's a huge consolidation range now. Nothing to really pick at and say, to choose a directional right here. Nice chop range. So, if you're going to get into a position now and put your hands under your butt, so to speak, and wait for the Fed, you're in for a long ride. And I wouldn't even advise it, especially on the lower time frame, like the 5-minute. The 15 still in a consolidation zone, still in a sell signal. So you're going to have to wait for price to kind of correct itself and find some good footing and then move up. Let's see here. Yep. So that's it for the ES until Powell goes live and starts talking about it. So what's going on, guys? Who's trading what today? Yeah, so I got in my Twitter side. I see a lot of people saying that they're actually sitting on hands right now, nothing crazy. I'm not here to promote anything right now. This is more of the introduction to Forex Dynasty. This is not going to turn into to be some educational bullshit where I sell you a course, because honestly, I don't have anything to sell you. There's no course. There'll never be a course. It's just free education. I don't want to be one of those guys who just sells shit on YouTube. Yeah, exactly right. Because honestly, so for myself, I have roughly 10 years of experience across the board on different asset classes, stocks, Forex, options, futures. And of course, I've had my ass handed to me for years because I was jumping around in each market. But once I found my breakthrough moment, was more or less just focusing on the long-term time frames, the higher time frames, so to speak, and not falling victim to the lower time frame suggestions. It's so easy to get trapped in the 1 and 2 minute time frames and just scalping. And those of you who've experienced that know that it's all too easy to catch 1, 2, 3, 4 great trades in a row and feel like the lower time frames are the essence of where you're supposed to be as a trader. But in all reality, it's usually the higher time frames are going to give you the higher probability trades, and you're going to take less trades. You're not going to be able to jump in and out as you would want to on the lower time frame. It's going to keep you disciplined and stop you from making some silly decisions that'll blow your financial future to bits. So on the ES here, going into Powell 11:30, still consolidating. No real no entry signals on the higher time frames as of yet. Hopefully going into the 1:30 hour, which is probably where I'll look to take another position or my last position on the day if price action proceeds, and look to see if I can capitalize on the turn. Right now it's we have a wick here, very small wick here, and a nice wick here. If we're gonna see any movement, it'll be a 15-minute move down here. So we'll be looking for a move here, and then a test of here, and then looking for an entry when it looks a lot cleaner, and then looking for that test of the support level here. That's if it's that's if the Fed gives that kind of sentiment or puts that kind of message out, and the market reacts to it that way. If not, we're going to look for the break up here, the test up here, and once the price action starts to correct itself, then we can look for a higher time frame entry and put ourselves in the best position possible. Because right here, once the Fed starts talking and statements are made, then we can position ourselves and try to make some profits while the day is still going. So I want to keep the channel going. So those of you that are watching right now, you know, hit that subscribe button. Let's build something together. You know, if you find that you're in a position where you feel lost, you don't want to pay for a course, and you just want something that's going to add value to your trading, then you found the right spot. You know, now's the time to really invest in your future, because guess what? When your 401k is maxed out, maybe you made $1 million or $500,000. By the time you hit 65, that's dog shit. Now's the time to really invest in your education. Now's the time to invest your time to learn something that's gonna give you long-term value well into your retirement years. And if you're looking for a channel that, you know, that you're gonna be able to build on and invest your time and really find true value, that's not gonna charge you a hand and a leg or charge you anything for watching and learning, and you found the channel for you. So on the higher time frame here, we got on the future side, we got price pushing above here, so that's a good sign for a continuation up going into the Fed meeting. It's still somewhat bearish as the indicator is showing down here. So what we'll do is 100 subscribers, and I'll give this away for free. I'll tell you what I'm using. It's actually a pretty cool tool. It puts me in the right direction, especially when price is moving. You see here at 130 yesterday, great volume, price pushing above. You know, indicator showing that, you know, we're in a nice bullish move up. You get the wick, the break above, boom, TP hit. Nice move. It's not the be all end all indicators. You have to have some form of intuition to where the market's going. But for the most part, it keeps you honest and in the right direction. All right, so what we'll do is we'll end the stream here, and we'll come back closer to the Fed meeting, and we'll kind of go over what we're seeing, what we're doing. If you like what you see, you know, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Give me some motivation to make more videos, give you some free content, and put you in the right direction to succeed long term. A little FYI, this was actually, although it was in a bearish trend, this support level is pretty notable. You know, you see the bounce here, move up. You see the bounce here, you get the wick, nice wick break above here. You reduce it down so you got a nice one-to-one without having to move all the way up, and for the most part, you're in profit if this was the position that you took on using the support bounce or this demand zone move off and back up to the upside. Pretty good trade, a little more high risk because we were in a bearish trend, but for the most part, what we'll do is sit on hands right now, avoid trading this noise, and wait for Powell to speak. So again, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get this channel off the ground, and let's get that free content. No, this isn't a trading education channel where I'm gonna charge you anything or sell you a course or anything like that. There's a free community. You know, let's make this something that we can come to and learn from without paying $158 a month. And let's grow while we're working. You know, I'll drop a whole bunch of content here if we get that 100 subscribers. So tell your friends, tell your aunt, your uncle who's struggling with trading. You know, let's get that fucker profitable. Let's get him off the ground. All right. Until then, ooh, nice move up. Okay. Until then, what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it a session for right now. We'll come back around 1, 2 o'clock. Set your reminder. I'll be going live around then, and we'll get back into it. Until then, you know, hit that like button, subscribe, and you know, peace.